the problem we're solving today is, could your family keep your home if your income stopped? Now, I know this is not a popular topic, right? I understand that most people, especially young people, don't like to talk about death, right? We don't even like to think about death. It's so far down the road as far as we're concerned that, we just figure, well, if it happens, it happens, and that's just the end of it. Well, yes, I mean, we all want to, assume that we're going to live a long, prosperous life, but we just don't know, right? I mean, life, things happen, right? Catastrophes happen, accidents happen, weird things happen. Certainly, chronic illness and disabilities happen, right? Things with our health deteriorate over time. So we want to be asking ourselves, because as veterans, we're trained to expect the worst, right? We're trained to deal with the worst case scenarios, right? And to be prepared for that. So we want to prepare for the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is, what if you died tomorrow, right? What if God forbid something were to happen, something terrible, and all of a sudden your family was left to have to cover the cost of the mortgage, right, for your house or the rent or whatever else, debts, existing bills, all that stuff, right? How would they pay for that? Because you guys realize that, I'm sure you do. If you don't, I'm going to tell you, the mortgage company is not going to give you a reprieve just simply because your income stopped. Okay, the credit agencies, the loan companies, the banks, everybody, where the billing companies, nobody is going to stop charging you or your family just because you're no longer around to pay the bills. Okay, those bills are still coming due. And when we look at, even survivor benefit programs like SBP, a lot of times, even if we have those benefits, it takes months for them to get turned on. Okay, literally months. And in the meantime, the mortgage bills are still coming, and life is not getting any easier for your family, right? So this is something that we need to be serious about, right? It's a very serious topic. We want to make sure that our family is protected if, God forbid, something were to happen tomorrow, right? How would they be able to cover these expenses? And that's assuming that, we're now out of the military, we no longer have SGLI, or, as we'll see in some of the example scenarios here tonight, even if we're still in the military.